So inspired by this exercise of these three countries and the number of World Heritage Sites, we're gonna actually do a more elaborate visualization that not just shows these 2 points in time, these 2 years, but show every single year and make the case that Norway has been an early adopter in embracing World Heritage Sites. So for example, if I play this, Norway was way ahead of the pack, and of course, Sweden has a bit more people and has more sites now. But Denmark only recently in 2017 surpassed Norway, and just by a little bit. So how do we make this? First, we'll start with the data set, the clean data set. And the hard part is actually just cleaning the data and preparing the data. Um, the easy part is just once you have the data table, something like this with all the years, you just need to paste it into Flourish and make, Flourish will generate the visualization. So let's first go to the data preparation step. We have all these, a very, comprehensive list of details about each of the sites. To begin with, we select all, all the data points, Control A selects everything, and then go to Insert a pivot table, Create, and so now we're able to drag and drop into the rows, the columns, and the values, and the filters if we want to. So the rows are, each of the rows, we only have 3 rows. Those are the countries. So we drag the countries into rows. And the columns are going to be the year or the date. So we'll drag date into column. The value is basically the sites. And we're just gonna say count the number of sites in those countries. So to keep it simple, we'll start with the country first. So country in the row, we have all these countries. It's okay. And then in the values, we're gonna drag the site, but it should automatically count the number of sites. This is an interesting data set that has the number of sites for each particular country. For the years, we drag date into column, and now we have years. This is still too much information. We only want 3 countries, so we're going to use the filter and take the country and drag it underneath filter, within filter. Instead of show all, we'll click on the drop down, clear everything, clear all the check marks, type in the 3 countries, and check each one of them. Norway, and then Sweden. Notice some of these multi-transboundary sites are kind of difficult to work with, but we'll keep it simple for now and just keep this as is. Okay, so we have this number of sites and the countries. If we drag this, if we copy this data, it's not going to work because this is the net each year, how many new sites were added. We want a cumulative running total for this to work. It needs to be a running total. So we can do this in Excel or Google Sheet. Let's make a copy of this. Let's create a new sheet and just copy this data and then do the calculation. So create a new sheet, copy and paste. With pivot tables, you can uncheck this box, show sum. And in our case, we don't really need to show sum. So uncheck those two and copy everything, copy. When you paste into here, make sure you right click and paste special, the values only. So we don't need the formatting. The first row is not necessary, so we'll delete the first row. To do the math for the running total, my way of doing it is just to copy, make a copy of this table, and kind of logically think of a formula to calculate. So let's see. If we have, let's say for Norway, you'll start off with the same number, but the next year in Norway, it's going to be equal to the previous year plus the previous year plus whatever value is here. This is the new total. And then we'll do the same. This is equal to the number in the previous year here plus this value. So does it make sense? 2 plus 1 equals 3. 2 plus 0 equals 2. If I start dragging this out, what would I get? I have plus 1 equals 4, but now it's 0, 0, 0. So most of these are zeros. You'll stay at 4. And if I'm confident this formula is correct, I'll drag it up. I'll drag it this way. And I'll expand it all the way to the end of 2023. Okay, so our data, and just to make sure this is correct, we're gonna need to move the 2 manually over here. I hope it doesn't reset the formula, but we'll see. Yeah, that's a problem. So we cannot do that. Maybe we can just make a copy. There's many ways to solve this, but maybe we can manually enter the 2 and copy this table. It's kind of a hack, but you'll get the job done. Copy this. In the next section, make another copy of this table, paste special the values only. So we're not taking any of the formulas. It's not going to impact. Here has the formulas. Here's just the value. And type in the number 2. And now we copy this into Flourish. Okay. Make sure the years are already also, in this data table, in this third data table. Okay. Let's see what happens. So to work with Flourish, if you're new to it, you basically go to flourish.com, create .flourish.studio, and create a new account. Once you have an account, you select the type of chart. There's many types, so many that we should just search for it and search for the keyword race. You can choose any of these. The first one, the second one should be fine. And then because Flourish already loads in some data, we need to go to the data tab and delete everything that's in here. Control A, delete, and then paste. Control V to paste. Yeah. And it's making an educated guess as to, B to T, columns B to T are the years, and A is the countries, right? So let's take a look. So this is basically what the chart should look like. And if you want to add the images of the flag, for example, these images in the icon, you just go to Wikipedia or somewhere to find each of the flag images and copy it. And then insert that as a new row. I like to always edit the original data source. So, so you would move it. You can move it at the end as well. So you can say this is the final row, the final column. Okay, and so the column would go here. In our case, we have a new one. Go to the data. You can move it to the end. And these are the images. So you say the images are here, and it's in column U. And so let's see what happens. It has the flags. Great. Okay, if you want to change the color, you can choose color and override the color. For example, Sweden with colon, and let's say it should be yellow. The line will become a yellow line, I hope. So that's how it goes. And you can use HTML code and other ways to do it. Okay, so I think that's it. That's how we create this visualization. You have to give it a title and so on in this area. And when you're ready to publish, you go to export, publish, or download the image. It also integrates with Canva, so you can bring this interactive visualization, put it anywhere in Canva, and you'll have an interactive Canva presentation or infographic, because Flourish was acquired by Canva, so they're the same company. I'll stop here. I think this is, what we learned. First, to prepare the data, but then once it's prepared to paste it into Flourish. Cool. Okay. I hope that was helpful.